Welcome into Leveraging Your Reality, where mindset meets movement. I'm Shavon Camper, your partner in growth as you become a healthier you, a healthier parent, a healthier spouse, and a healthier leader. Today, I want to talk about the difference between refueling and distracting yourself. There are so many distractions available to us today. It's ridiculous. And in the midst of all these distractions, sometimes we are using things that are distracting and calling it refuel time. You think about a car, and in order for the car to go, talk about a gas car, in order for a gas car to go, it needs gas in the tank. It doesn't matter what else you put in that tank, it will not fuel the car like the gas will. And it's similar for us. There are things that refuel us and help us to continue our journey through life. And there are things that we put in the tank. It's filling the tank, but the tank is filled with things that won't actually help it to go. And I know I talk a lot about the importance of having a relationship with yourself. When it comes to refueling yourself, the relationship with you becomes so important because you have to begin to know and understand yourself in order to recognize what actually refuels you. And something to note is that all of this is customizable to you as an individual. What refuels you may actually drain me, and vice versa. So just because someone is saying, "Oh, I do this to refuel me," I mean, that's a suggestion, one that you could try out, but it doesn't actually mean that it will be the thing that refuels you. There are most likely things in your life that you already do that are refueling. One of the traps that we could get into is thinking that everything refuels you the same way. A lot of times people are waiting for vacation to refuel. They're like, all right, I go on this vacation 1 or 2 times a year, and I'm going to wait for that to refuel me. And that's a long time to hold your breath. Maybe you go every 6 months. Even if it's every quarter, there's still months in a quarter. So vacation falls on the side of maybe like a extra large refueling item. There's also large, medium, small, extra small ways to refuel yourself, and knowing the difference of what gives you a certain amount of fuel is helpful, because then you could begin to create a menu of items that refuel you at the different levels. So if you find yourself burning more than you typically do in a week, it means you're probably going to have to refuel more. So those extra small things might not help out in those weeks where you're burning a whole lot. Let's talk about some examples of what refuels and energizes people. Some people, like I think about a power nap. Some people, a power nap will be like, no, I'll be tired for the rest of the day. And other people wake up perky. For some people, it could be a walk in the park. It could be reading. It could be going, just spending quality time out in nature. It could be being with friends and family. It could be being alone. It's just a matter of getting clear on what are my items and how much do they refuel me. One of the pieces that we get stuck in very often is doom scrolling. Whether you're doom scrolling for shopping, for social media, for vacations, that doom scrolling is interesting. And for some people, doom scrolling might be refueling for a certain amount of time. But if they pass over a 15-minute mark or a 10-minute mark, it may go from refueling into draining. And knowing when that switch happens so that you can set a timer to turn it off. Like, all right, after 10 minutes, I usually start judging myself if I'm on social media scrolling, and that's when it becomes less restorative for me. So cut it off after that time. It's the same with watching TV. For some people, TV may be extremely refueling, but if they've been doing it for 4 hours, it may change and shift over to now pulling energy after the 4 hours. So that's something to really be aware of as you are looking at what refuels you is the time frame. Like working out, it may be refueling for you to work out for 20 to 45 minutes. But if you go into the 2 hour range, it may stop refueling you at that point. While for another person, it may continue fueling them. Uh, Another thing we can do too is just remember to prioritize the activities that refuel you. It's one thing to know what refuels you, it's another thing not to actually put it into your schedule. Oftentimes, we are waiting for before and after work to do our refueling activities. Actually, more people wait until after work. I really challenge you to put in at least one activity before work that refuels you, and then one or two activities after work that refuels you. But there's also the work day. You could take a 10 or 15-minute break to refuel. This is where you may do more of your extra small refueling activities versus your medium and large activities. So here's a challenge that I have for you. I challenge you to start your refuel menu and break it up into sizes. What are my small, medium, large? If you want to go extra small, extra large, you can add those in as well and start capturing as you notice them what refuels me and what level of refuel does it give. Because when you have that week at work where you have to do a presentation and presentations make you nervous, or your kids have a tournament that weekend. These are things that are going to pull more. Just like driving, if you drive further, you're going to have to stop more often for gas. That's how life works too. If you're doing more and pushing more, you're going to have to pull over to refuel yourself along the way. Remember, growth is not always easy, but when you're doing it in partnership with others, it becomes a lot more possible. If you like this content, be sure to subscribe below and share it with someone who needs the message. We don't grow alone, people. We grow together. Until next time, keep showing up and keep leveraging your reality.